All right, Bang Bang, it's the Rundown. It's Wednesday. It's March 2nd from Chicago. It's presented by Sling. We're all big Sling guys around here.
Huge
Sling guys. So check out Sling, okay? Sling is really a great spot to watch sports. Like that's
Yep. College basketball. You got it. This is the time of year you get your bracket right. You do the research now.
Yeah.
Have you ever cut cable?
I never have.
I have.
Yeah.
I've cut cable before, and it's daunting because when you cut cable, you're like, I've been with cable forever. I have to cut it now. And when I cut it, I use Sling. And it was reliable. It was trustworthy. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you, Sling.
It's the way to go. You can catch up on episodes 1 through 3 of Coach Prime. The series has been great so far. So episode 4 is going to be on Sling tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Like I said, if you love watching live sports, if you're tired of the high prices and it's time to take control of your TV experience, it's time you got Sling. Watch exclusive Barstool content, past episodes of The Rundown, the Yak, dual scenes. Sling is the place for your favorite sports channels as well, like ESPN, FS1, TNT, and more. Come together for less. And it's the cheapest way to watch college hoops, like Chief said. Cheapest way to watch the NBA playoffs, entire Formula One season, and more. Sling is easy to set up, it's easy to use, and there's no contract. Sign up now and try it absolutely free. Whatever you're into, Sling is where you can find live sports you love, all in one place. Go to sling.com/barstool to sign up today and try it free. Okay, first topic of the day. Surprise, surprise. MLB, Major League season, is delayed. White Sox, Dave, I can't not start with you.
Why can't you start with Carl?
Because you have been the most vocal about it.
And it's your owner probably causing the problem.
I don't think I have been. I actually kept my mouth shut about it quite a bit because...
As opposed to Carl, you've been more vocal than him, I'd
Okay,
say.
that's fair. So I'll say this, and we're going to get into this big time on Redline Radio. We're interviewing Ian Happ in a little bit, who's the Cubs players rep, so he was, balls deep in all the negotiations. But I was hesitant to be big time vocal about it. Just never shutting up about it because we're not in there. I know that Rob Manfred, the commissioner right now, he's taking a beating. As it's kind of deserved, kind of not, but and I say kind of not because he's just their puppet. He's the owner's puppet. He's their mouthpiece. I want to say he's paid $11 million a year to take that beating when a labor dispute arises. So if you're going to pay me $11 million a year, I would happily be that sacrificial lamb. So I don't really blame him for any of this, really. It's all the owners in the end. But what it goes down to me is that it goes back down to 2016. And if we started Redline Radio back in 2016 and I kind of bookmarked this offseason for baseball I'm like, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. You guys can go back and listen to episode probably 15 of Redline Radio when we originally started talking about this. And I'm like, it's going to be a fucking awful labor dispute. And here we are. I wish I could have been a fly in the wall during those negotiations because I'm sure it was worse than our office, just everybody yelling at each other, Ed. And I say our offices in Barstool as a whole, not the Chicago office necessarily. But it sucks. It was a sad day for baseball. I do not remember the 94 strike, so this is pretty much the first time outside the pandemic season that I can remember, or I've been around and know what's going on at least to some extent, and it sucks. It's the only thing that I really truly care about outside friends, family, and dog, and I'm sickened. It's gross.
Carl.
February's not over until they start playing spring training games. We still have March Madness is coming. I know. But it's February 5th to me right now. I'm walking outside. It's cold. It's gray. It's dark. Literally just seeing number 97 taking at bat. And they're like, yeah, this is Trent Giacomo, 11th round. Nobody you've ever heard of. Nobody you're ever going to see again. All those dumb things that you enjoy about spring training. And for fans, you put on the training wheels. You're like, yeah, this is the year. Even though that one fucking guy who sucks is hitting 400 after the first 2 weeks.
Every single year.
You're like, there's our second baseman.
There's our second baseman.
So we don't have that. I'm not going to be like grandstanding and cry like, oh, my God, my life is is miserable. It's so much nicer when it's like 11 a.m. and it's like a pick 'em between the Phillies and the Yankees, and they got a split squad. So it just sucks. We're just dragging out the winter, and excited to see where this goes. Excited to see how this wraps up.
I would say that it's, everyone's always like, oh, the Masters. That first, like, Arizona spring training where like the grass is so green, they're playing day games, like, that's what kind of, like Carl said, like, lifts you out of winter. You guys have both been on the player side so far. You've also said repeatedly the players have no leverage.
They never did. Their only leverage was,
At what point do you start blaming the players and topsy-turvy it? To be like, actually, like, you guys just have to show up and play ball now.
Do it. Take the
open the
owner's
books.
side. Take the owner's side, Chief.
You guys have shit on me for that for like 2 years now.
It's not shitting on you.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it for the
No,
record.
but like that's the question. When does it start to become the player's fault in your head?
It doesn't.
Ever?
I mean, well,
if they have no leverage,
it depends on how you look at it. Like I said,
then they're just dragging their feet to drag their feet.
They signed a dog shit deal in 2016, and why would the owners pivot from that deal and just start giving and the owners, to their credit, I guess if you want to call it credit, they upped the league minimum $130,000. They offered this player pool of, I think it was $25 million to pre-arbitration players that exceed expectations and perform at a high level. And so they did give in a lot, but if the players wouldn't have signed that dog shit deal in 2016, we wouldn't be in this mess, because the owners are like, you guys took that deal. We're happy with that deal. Signed that deal back then. And now you're asking for like double the deal. We're not going to do that. So I can kind of, sort of, not really at the same time see it from the owners' perspectives. But I mean, at this point, you got to, and I know, like I said, that Rob Manfred, he is the mouthpiece and like the puppet of the owners. He speaks for the owners. Tony Clark, on the flip side, is that for the players. There's other guys like Bruce Meyer and a few others like that we don't have to get into, but they need to get actual leadership, not a former player, someone who's like born bred labor relations lawyer
Donald
or something.
Fear.
And I know that those people are prevalent in these discussions anyways, but Tony Clark should have never taken that deal in 2016, because we wouldn't be here right now. And that's what it boils down to for me.
How much does this affect your life?
It's, what am I going to do, Ed?
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Just going to stare at a blank 85-inch TV.
Makes me think, yeah, you're right. It makes me think you should have hopped on a flight to New York and joined Frank the Tank's protest.
I'm not about to do that, because
Why not?
I don't feel like protesting at MLB offices, because it's more nuanced than that. And
Than a protest? Or what do you mean?
it's more nuanced than just screaming fire Rob Manfred.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna do something that I don't really agree with. Now, and I don't want anybody who's watching this to say that, oh, he's on the owner's side, because I'm very, very vehemently against Rob Manfred and the owners. I'm just trying to see it from their perspective, because everything we see in the media is like, it's all planted by one group or the other. It's either planted by the players or planted by the owners. So I try to like keep a level head, even though I'm very guilty of having reactionary tweets and everything. But it's like I'm on the player side for this. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. They're not asking for that much slice of the pie. And Ed, the owners refuse to open the books, which in the end, like if they would do that, it'd be like, okay, now we know what you guys are making. Here's what we want out of that piece of out of that entire pie, which I think is more than fair.
I hear you. Well, we'll see. Hopefully there's a season.
There's going to be a season.
Okay. Yeah, let's hope.
You did say that they would miss zero games.
I didn't think they would.
Miss some games.
I didn't think they, and I don't want to say I'm glad they're missing games, because I'm not, but I'm glad that so there's I want to say it's 16. There's 2 reps per team, so there's 60 reps. And then there's 16 subcommittee reps, which are like the Max Scherzers, Andrew Miller. He's another guy that, and you're hearing them speak in the media a lot. I don't even know where I was going with it, but like it's they're going to make sure that there's games played.
Okay.
All right, we'll
They're
see.
going to
We'll
have
see
to
what
win.
happens. Next story here, IUPUI, they had to play in the Horizon League tournament with only 5 players, Carl.
I bet this game. I took Oakland minus 23.5. I actually bought that up for minus 22. And then I also had the Oakland team over. I got a tip. I got a buddy who was like, hey, I'm on the bus. No, he wasn't on the bus.
But I
he had
thought
heard
they
the story.
covered, right?
No.
No, the
The team with 5 guys covered.
IUPUI covered.
Yeah, IUPUI.
He was on the- you were on
5
the other
guys.
side?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
betting against. This is like Hoosiers when they're like, we'll play with 4 guys. We don't give a fuck. There's something about
My team's on the floor.
being good in yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
There's something about being good enough to play Division I basketball. If you go back to when you were in high school, IUPUI, if there was some dude that was playing against you and he was going to IUPUI, he was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm using IUPUI as an example and Oakland as an example. So then you go to schools like this, and then guys like us get older, and we look at college basketball, and we're like, oh, dude, IUPUI fucking sucks. And they do. They're 3-26, 3-27 after last night. But there's something about having these players there and being like, listen, there's only 5 of you guys. So if you take a bad shot, like, right, college basketball, they're always subbing out bad shot. You dribble it off your foot, like you fucking whatever. You don't take the charge. College coaches are always so pissed off. It's so funny to me that this 3-26 team took the floor last night, and the coach is just like, fuck it, guys. Go out there and compete. And they covered easily. It's probably the best game
final?
they played all fucking year. I think they lost by like 12 or 13.
Yeah, which is
No, I know I shouldn't say
blowout,
best
really.
game they played all year, but under the circumstances,
Yeah.
the bus taking them to the other state, they got to
it's
go.
tough.
That part too. Like, how do you drive to the wrong state?
That actually
in this
happened
day and age.
That happened to me in college. We were driving to Atlanta for a tournament, and all of a sudden we saw a "Welcome to Michigan" sign, and we're like, "What?" The guy was supposed to be taking 80 West, and I know you don't know, or 80 East. I know you don't know how to get to 80 from Chicago, but it's very simple to do. Basically, it follows the state border between Michigan and Indiana. We were cutting through South Bend, I think it was, and then all of a sudden we saw a "Welcome to Michigan" sign. We're like, why are we
Going
in
the wrong
Michigan
way.
if we're trying to go to the southeastern United States?
I
But
did-
we fixed it immediately. It
Yeah.
didn't really affect anything.
I did that with my dad one time.
I love this story.
We were driving somewhere, and there's that same that
interchange,
That
yeah.
interchange
Yeah.
where it's like you're either going back to Chicago or you're going to Ohio. And my dad, he was yelling at me for something. I can't remember what it was, but I was in trouble.
How old you were?
Probably 15 or 16, something like that. And just like giving it to me. And I start to be like, hey, we're going on. And he thought I was talking back about whatever point he was trying to make. He goes, you shut up until I'm done. So I just shut up. And then we just kept driving on the highway. And he didn't realize that we were like deep into Indiana until it cost us like 3 hours.
Did you get fireworks?
What? No, we
Go that
just
far, man.
once he realized he's like, what? Where are we? And I was like, well, I was trying to tell you like an hour ago. And I just stood up, I was gonna be pissed, but I was just like a spite move at that point,
Yeah.
shithead 16-year-old me. I'm just gonna let him get angrier about it, and then turned around and drove home in silence the whole way because he was mad that he fucked
And
up.
an angry dad while driving is one of the angriest versions of dad.
Yeah,
Scary.
He might
It's
have
a
been
scary
yeah.
version of dad.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about IUPUI is the people that went there because it's pretty close to Chicago.
IUPUI.
Is the people just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to Indiana, and they're really going to IUPUI, or they say I'm going to Purdue. It's really IUPUI.
To Carl's point though about the kids who actually end up there, I used to play a bunch of pickup basketball. The kids that played community college are unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they don't get they're unbelievably good, and they don't get a sniff from a school like IUPUI, plays in the Horizon League. So you have to be awesome, even if you are one of the 5. But I don't think the full 5 were even scholarship guys.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. This is just 5 guys in
Just 5 guys.
IUPUI uniforms.
Yeah.
But even so, if you're a walk-on at IUPUI, you can hit an open 3. You probably fuck up the intramural league at IUPUI. What do you think that intramural league is like at IUPUI?
A lot of kids who are hoping to get on that team. They had an open tryout. That's why I don't understand how they only ended up with 5. I know from what I read, they had a bunch of season-ending injuries, but
What's do you guys know the NCAA rules around that? Because I'm sure it's the same for
Adding
every
guys
sport.
to the team.
Just adding guys to the roster.
I don't.
The manager.
crazy
or some
though.
shit.
Shout out to IUPUI. That's all I got.
It's a great cover.
Yeah.
It is a great cover.
Great
Go
cover.
Jags.
I felt like I was so sharp making that.
That's where
and
Stirk
listen,
almost got kicked out of against USC, wasn't it?
I maybe. Maybe
No.
that guy was
They
ref-
played IUPUI.
They did? I thought it was
that
Cleveland
ref was
State.
Yep.
that ref was officiating the Wisconsin pregame last night.
Oh, really?
The one that chucked you?
I tried to. Yeah, he was.
Oh, he did. But you
Yeah,
got
whatever,
a
whatever.
reprieve from the athletic director.
Sure. So technically, if you get kicked out and then you're let back in, was I ever really kicked out? And what set him off is I told him I was motherfucking him like crazy, but it was telling him that he was it was like a poor man's version of Jake Gyllenhaal with some Brokeback Mountain stuff in there, and that just instantly was like, you're fucking out.
Yeah.
That was like
IUPUI.
day 3 on the job.
Yeah.
That was in February after we got
Really
hired.
was.
Yeah, I actually don't know if we were full time. I thought that was in December, but in any event, it's a great cover, and it should go down for these guys. Like I hope these guys have pride
That's a win.
that they cover.
That's a win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next thing here, this Wheel of Fortune clip was unbelievable. Chief, you could start.
I've recently gotten into Wordle, and it's very frustrating. So like I see this thing going through. They go through like I thought usually when those clips go viral, it's one person with a colossal fuck up. This was like 7 fuck ups in 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Well, to be fair, I think the one guy knew the answer. He just kept getting bankrupt.
okay,
Or lose his
well
turn.
that's the game.
Yeah.
Don't spin the wheel.
No,
Solve
he was
it.
trying. He was getting greedy. I respect that. He was gambling a little bit.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
but
he's trying to
Henry
make
did
more
have a
money.
chance? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he didn't have any money.
Yeah, he didn't have any, so he tried to get some
Oh.
currency. you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to get some capital. He but obviously the other guy and the girl were just like, what?
Lap
Feather
cat,
in my lap.
hat.
What?
What an asshole.
Like it was one of those videos where like you just, I just viscerally said, "Oh my god" out loud.
Yeah.
Like, to myself.
I wanted to punch them.
Does
Like,
Nate
shake
Dogg
him.
cover Wheel of Fortune? I feel like
think
he's
he
on
he
Wheel of
watches
Fortune
it all.
blogs
Yeah.
a lot. So is he a daily guy?
He might be.
Could be.
Tough show. I don't do well with those shows.
I like Wheel of Fortune.
Are
Now
better
you
at
just
Wheel of
got into
Fortune's great.
Wordle.
Yeah, I'm
Can
way
we spend
late.
a second on this?
Sure. Yeah.
It's like you when you say recently, do you mean this week?
I'm
or-
on like day 3 or 4.
It is so you because people have been tweeting about Wordle for like
Yeah.
months now, and you've probably seen every single one of these
I
tweets.
have.
You got so pissed off at these tweets, being like, "Stop tweeting about Wordle." Like, fine, I'll go give it a shot.
So someone was like, I was out somewhere over the weekend. They're like, "Oh, you gotta try." I'm like, I'm not like, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to do it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I finally like gave in, and I got it. I'm like my first Wordle. I got the second. It was like the second line of it. So I was like, oh, I'm awesome at this. Like, so instantly, if I'm good at something immediately, then I'm just gonna like go all in. Since then, it's been a little bit tougher road.
I want to draw attention to a phrase he used right there. I gave in. That's how you
gave
look at
in.
it. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna give in to the Wordle trend, and I'm gonna join you guys
'Cause
and play
it's-
this stupid fucking game. It's
Yeah.
good, isn't it?
It is good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
So you play it too?
Yeah, I play it. I text my mom in the morning about it.
Really?
Like every day, it's and I hopefully other people out there can relate of like Wordle bringing, bringing I don't know whether it's like you and a parent, a grandparent, or just like
Yeah.
older people together.
Yeah, and it is like when you get it, you want to like scratch an itch again, but they only have the one.
One a day.
One
Do
a
you
day.
play it, Dave?
Nope.
No.
He's not a lemming.
I'm not doing that.
Eddie, wait,
I never played.
Fuck
Okay.
conformist.
Never played.
if
No.
you haven't, don't.
Yeah, I don't.
If you've
like,
made it this long, don't be a.
You got to
cheat.
download an app to do it.
No,
Ed.
No, it's just a website. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I'm interested. I thought you had to download an app.
no.
but
The New
I don't
New York
download
Times
apps.
bought it. Well, you just type in Wordle and you're good to go.
Why don't they? They should have an app with ranking. Nah, maybe not. But like, I'm
That'd be
surprised
too
they
much.
don't have an app with like the. I'm surprised there's no like official world rankings of the world.
But
world
then you
players.
get those bullshit pop-ups where it's like a video and then like
You're
it's
thinking
a,
old words.
It's
with
a
friends
fake X.
days.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's you
Oh.
can't have that.
What happened to that?
I don't know. I feel like Words with Friends was like big business for a while, and
Long
Did they
time
miss their
ago.
window? That I feel.
I
like,
bet you they probably sold for like $200 million.
Probably.
You guys keep talking.
this week
I'll
I
look it up.
tinfoil
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, but what an infuriating clip.
You wanna
of Wheel of
talk
Fortune.
shit about those who do Wordle, Ed?
I don't. I mean, it's wildly popular. I don't feel the need to shit on shit because it's popular. Like it's a brain teaser. But if you would like to, I know you like to shit on
Nah.
things that are popular.
No, I don't. That's not true at all. I speak honestly and from the heart at all times. I like Chief. and like Carl, I would say that I typically will, if I see like a mass populace, I'll join in the fun.
See, this is our problem.
There has been nothing about the little boxes that I see
That
pop
makes you
up
wanna do it?
That makes me want to do it.
This is our problem.
Absolutely
like you
nothing.
say, it's so cheap to be talking about to start Wordle now on March 2nd.
But with
It's-
like a little grudge on it.
yeah,
You
but
know
it's
what
so
I mean, right?
Yeah,
it's
I
so
didn't take it. It
us to
wasn't
start
inaccurate.
talking about Wordle on March 2nd.
Yeah.
Where everyone's
yeah.
like, dude, you guys
They've been
are
talking
like
about it for
fucking-
2 months now.
Yeah, you fucking morons. So, oh well.
Words with Friends still going strong.
Really?
So they had a little bit of a privacy hack in 2019, but a company called Zynga bought it
I know. Yeah.
in 2011 for $53 million, $53.3 million.
Yeah. 10 years ago. What's a
In
fucking half bill?
There's an article from February 10th that Zynga brought in $616 million in revenue during Q4 of 2020, largely on the back of Words with Friends.
So what does that value the company at? Aren't you supposed to multiply revenue by like fucking 7 times or something?
Depends on the industry.
$1 billion industry to type in.
Dave, what's the
letters.
multiplier for the application industry?
I don't have the slightest idea.
No.
I'd
You're
imagine
probably a
it's-
sick fuck with that roller coaster tycoon, just having people fly off a roller coaster.
I've said that before on shows.
Have you? Okay.
Oh yeah, you would
I
cut
didn't make that up.
the
I've heard it.
loop-de-loop thing short,
Yeah.
and then you would just send those fucking guys flying into crowds of people.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. I loved it. They'd all
Crazy.
be puking all over each other.
Last topic here: a high school wrestler. He survived a chimpanzee attack. He won a state championship. Carl,
Eddie, why don't you take this one? You're the one who fucking loves chimpanzees around here. You have experience covering chimp fights.
I'm afraid of chimpanzees. I wouldn't say I have an expertise with them.
You did a whole documentary
mean,
about a chimpanzee.
You know more than
Yes.
every person in this room.
I did a doc. Yes, I did a documentary on chimpanzees. You should watch that. Actually, I'm happy. It kind of like found its way in chimpanzee Twitter, and it actually has
really?
a decent amount of views.
Good.
But
It was very well done.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
great
it was.
doc. It was on Travis the chimpanzee. A horrible story about a woman
Yeah.
who got her face ripped off in Connecticut. It's on the Barstool channel somewhere. But I mean, hey, this guy lived like that. These things are fucking strong fuckers. So
Did chimps go for the face? Did you see the picture of him?
yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
Because Travis ripped that woman's face off, and this
Yeah.
guy's face, like,
His face was
what
mangled.
happened to you? I survived the chimp attack. I'm like, yes, you did. Like, that's
Yeah.
exactly what that looks like.
Like there was a point where like I thought they were gonna let us in like the sanctuary, and like I didn't know if I wanted to go. Like I don't want to be
Okay,
that
yeah.
close. You know what I mean?
There's
One-
this. Oh, I'm sorry,
Go
but
ahead.
there's this old story about Kerry Wood in the high school playoffs in Texas, and the team against him. It was like Kerry Wood or Josh Beckett or some famous Texas high school flamethrower from the '90s, and the team playing them in the state playoffs to get ready took the jugs machine and put it from like 30 feet away and gas it up to like 105 miles an hour. And they just had the team just get in the fucking box and just look at like 120 mile an hour fastballs all day. Then they show up the next day and they fucking smoke Kerry Wood or whoever it was. That's how they bowed out. I think it was Kerry Wood. And then this reminds me of that. Like the high school wrestler like goes toe to toe with the
Yeah.
chimp and then shows up to the tournament. It's like, dude, I don't care how hard you've been training your fireman carry or like how much weight you've been cutting, like, you know, spitting in the bottle.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. This guy's just mentally, all he's seeing is chimp right now.
This is bad, but who's the Kazakhstan MMA guy?
Borat.
No.
Are you talking about Khabib?
Yeah,
Khabib,
Khabib,
yeah. Like,
he
that
would
guy-
wrestle bears.
Yeah, like he's wrestling bears at like a young age, and now look at him. So I
Dude,
think
do you-
there's like, of course, the guy who survived the wrestling match against a chimp is going to win. State.
How big do chimps get?
He's Russian.
Yeah, he's Russian.
Khabib is Russian?
Yeah, he's Russian.
Where?
He's Islamic
Oh,
Russian.
you know,
He's from
I'm
he's from a
thinking of the
territory
boxer.
Russia claims, I think, right?
probably. I'm thinking of the boxer.
You thinking about Lomachenko?
Well, Khabib did that
No, the
too. Lomachenko.
where's large?
Usyk.
No,
I saw him fight. Go Ukraine.
no, he was like the knockout king. He finally fought.
Klitschko?
No, he's like a lightweight or a middleweight. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah.
Good for this guy.
I-
Win a state title.
Back like, do you remember how they'd have like shitty one-off reality shows where it'd be like, this is an example of it. I remember, I would guess this was back in like 2000 it was on Fox.
Man versus Beast.
Man, do you know? Yep.
I remember the show. Yeah.
They had Kobayashi do a hot dog eating contest against a fucking grizzly bear.
Yeah.
And they put hundreds of hot dogs in front of this grizzly bear. And there was obviously a separation between the two. But Kobayashi would be scarfing him down. He kept looking out the side of his eye because he was like deathly afraid of this fucking bear 2 feet from him. And the bear ate like 1,000 hot dogs in 2 minutes. And then they had, I want to say it was Michael Johnson, the Olympian sprinter, race a giraffe. Or like a thoroughbred. I want to say it was a giraffe. And then they had a sumo wrestler that was like 500 pounds. They would show him bench pressing like 500 pounds. And he did a tug of war against an orangutan. The orangutan just went whoop, and
Really?
So these fucking primates
Animals
are
strong.
fucking crazy strong.
Yeah.
Crazy strong.
I gotta watch that.
We're just like soft bags of milk now.
Yeah, and like, could you imagine getting attacked by a wild animal? Like, you see those like mountain lion videos on like
No.
fucking Ring doorbells
mean?
in
Yeah.
Arizona, and it's like I don't know what.
What about like a cassowary?
Fuck that! Don't get me started on that.
What?
I saw it. I'll have to dig it up. I almost sent it to you. A TikTok of a cassowary today, just like walking in somebody's front door, and it was terrifying.
Aren't those things?
I
What?
would scream at the top of my
It-
lungs.
it was
I would
like-
make sounds. No one would know that I am capable of making the sounds I would make if a cassowary walked in my front door.
It was like almost as big as the doorway itself. And
It's-
it was
It's a
like
good thing I'm.
We're
armed to the
describing a
gills
large
now.
Australian bird that Eddie has nightmares about that has razor sharp talons and looks like an ostrich. Like if an
Fucked up.
ostrich.
Do you know
and a
what they
pit
say
bull
they're
had a baby.
descendants from?
Dinosaurs?
Velociraptors.
Yeah, with those fucking hooks that'll.
Well, they
just gut
say
you.
that about fucking chickens too.
Well, birds
That-
in general are
Yeah.
Yeah.
poultry. Do
All,
you?
all birds? I think.
All right. Do you think Velociraptor was something, the boys sit down, chop it up a little bit? Like, hey, we took down a Velociraptor, and now we're going to...
Which
That'd be sweet.
what boys?
Well, didn't they find out
I
that there
know,
were lots?
because, like, humans didn't really... But there's got to be some humanoid, like, equivalent during the dinosaur age,
I
right?
I think they were like these little like muskrat-looking things that would like
Like
be in
human
trees.
beings, right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't really come around until, like, 50,000 years ago, right?
Something like
25?
They say now they found these.
Like, the way you look now.
Yeah, no, they say that read something the other day. I don't know why I read this stupid shit, but it caught my eye. Is that they found like these fossils and shit in Morocco that bumped the earliest human back like 1 million years. So it was like 250,000 years old was the earliest human that they had found. I can't remember what they called her, but it was like this. They found her in like Ethiopia, I think. And then now they found human remains in Morocco that are like way older than that. So now people don't really know shit.
It's crazy, dude. I don't know if this was like pre-Pangea or anything, but assuming it was to some extent, we got from Ethiopia, if that was like where the first existence of the Middle East a little bit.
Now they don't. Now they're
through that land bridge in Russia and Alaska, all the way down to like southern Chile. It's crazy.
Nobody knows
crazy,
shit.
They're kind of getting rid of that theory now too.
It's unfortunate. I like that theory.
All
Walking through
right.
Siberia and Alaska to get
Well,
back down to the
that did happen. But there was probably humans here already.
Better Jurassic Park sequel, 2 or 3?
I
don't
actually
think
like 3 better.
I've never seen either.
3,
one
I
of them.
think 3 gets
Two's
shit
not
on.
good. With Vince Vaughn, fucking sucked.
Yeah, I didn't love 2. 3 it's got the it's William H. Macy. He's in there, and it has the guy who steals the egg, and he's the greatest disasters happen with good intentions. And it was
The road to hell is
yeah,
paved with good intentions.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was an interesting. I like that one better.
Yeah.
The Jurassic World was solid. Jurassic World 2 was fucking abysmal.
Just terrible.
Like the worst movie ever.
It really was. Ed.
Yeah.
I was disappointed with the Velociraptor chase scene in the house.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
come on, guys.
So I hope the third one is good.
Usually sequels go international, right? So it's like, hey, we got this good, like Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2,
Yeah.
classic example. Like
Yeah.
you're always trying to crack those international markets, whether it's China or, like a, continental Europe. And I was surprised Jurassic Park didn't like do something
Like that.
with like Russians and I know that's a sensitive time to say it, but like back then it was a little different. So,
Yeah.
They make a great villain.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs?
smarter than you think,
Russians.
right?
Oh, yeah. They're
Oh.
the best villains.
Wait a second. I
Both.
both
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
more formidable. What do you
Yeah.
got?
Probably the guy with the
Chief
nukes.
didn't know that the main character, Sam Neill from Jurassic Park 1, was the Inspector General and Peaky Blinders.
Had no idea.
Jesus, Chief.
It was like a 25-year
That's
gap.
a shame.
Did you know right away?
No.
He
I've never
put
seen
on like
Peaky
60
Blinders,
pounds.
though.
It had been 30 years, and he's talking like I'm an idiot because I didn't.
No, I'm just giving you shit. I knew. I was like, how the fuck do I know this guy? And then I put two and two together.
That was sad when he proposed to Grace, and she was like,
Speaking of which, Peaky Blinders,
Inspector
it's
Campbell.
already premiered overseas in the UK on the British Broadcasting Corp, and I will be BBC. I didn't want Ed to be like, oh, BBC.
"Is that true? You didn't? You
That's
thought
why I didn't say it. Yes.
Dumbo.
But it premiered on the 28th, so 2 nights ago. And use a VPN, you can watch it. I
you
haven't
do
done
that?
it. I did that for season 5.
I know you did.
I will be doing that. Yes, I fucking love that show. It's
a great
I
show.
honestly think it should be up there with like Sopranos, Breaking Bad,
I've
The
never
Wire.
seen it.
It is unbelievable, Ed. You should. It's quick too.
6
Yeah.
episodes a season.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to. I probably can't say that, but he has paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
He's like, there's too many shows, so I'm going to watch 0.
I'm
I'm
P-shy.
on Euphoria right now. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
so
afraid
good.
of that.
I'm surprised you like
It's
it, though.
it's bad. Like bad as in like
No, it's very
you
good.
Fucking hate these
You watch
people.
Euphoria?
I've watched since the beginning.
Look at
Yeah.
you.
I'm just saying.
How do you? Why would you say I wouldn't
because
like
it's
it?
about fucked up high school
Yeah,
stuff. Of
because
course,
that
Eddie
just seems
loves
like
it.
you're like not about it. Like this is fucking
Dude, it is
stupid.
No.
Didn't you think that too? Like White Sox Dave would be like, "Oh, this is like childish. Like, why would you watch high schoolers do this shit? What a waste of time."
Yeah. Also, credit to White Sox Dave for the whole world talking about Euphoria for like 2 months, and then the finale happens, and then the next day you start tweeting about it.
Yeah, I
he's
mean, yeah.
tweeting about the opening. No, I think you'll like it. It's.
I got 1 episode left in season 1. I think.
Okay. Yeah, keep rolling.
I mean the
Zendaya, right?
Yeah.
and
there's a lot of
she
good characters.
is like the best actress I've ever seen.
What do you think of
She
Sydney
is
Sweeney?
Fucking.
Hey, what do you think of Sydney
outstanding.
Sweeney?
Which one is she?
She's Cassie.
She got that big hooters.
Yeah, I mean, she's smoking hot, obviously.
Yeah.
Which
Zendaya
she's like
just wait.
25 in real life, so don't give me shit.
There's an there's an episode
She's
in the
actually-
second season that Zendaya is like one of the best like acting performances.
Dude,
like
the
ever.
cat, I think, should be get just as much love as Zendaya.
Interesting.
I think Kat does a
I don't
phenomenal
know
job
about
of
that.
just being a fucking cunt. That's like that is her character in the show. Like she's conniving, she's evil. I love her. I
Are you
love her.
thinking of the right person?
Are you thinking of Maddie?
No, Kat, the fat chick.
Oh, wow.
That's her name, right? Kat?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's surprising take.
I mean,
regardless, we
I'm
don't need to be
going-
talking
I don't
shows
wanna
for
give
people who
spoilers,
probably
but-
haven't seen them. Anything else? Any post show? Congrats to Big Cat. That's like the happiest I think I've ever seen him.
Those meetings are coming over because why not? You all fucking rule!
He was so happy. It was great to see.
The basketball tits.
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
That was funny.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats. I know he's been, he loves fucking Wisconsin, and I know he's been wanting to get in, kind of do that kind of thing. So that's great. That's so sweet.
March is here.
Yeah.
March is here. But yeah, everybody, I think that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back next Wednesday, and the last episode of the Rundown of the Week will be tomorrow. So we'll see you then.